Hello and welcome to Healing Womanhood. This is our last video in our My Body, My Choice series. So today we are talking about reproductive choices. And we're talking about times when you've been judged for choices that you've made rather than times when you haven't had a choice, because as we said last week, that is a major trauma and it needs direct work with a practitioner rather than a video. So think about your family life, whether you've got children, whether you haven't got children, any decisions that you've made around that. So the world can be very, very judgy about this, and whatever your situation is, there'll be someone that's wanting to pass judgment on that. So maybe you chose not to have any children and there were judgments made around that. Maybe you chose to have more than the expected number of children. Maybe the gap between your children's ages was too big or too small. Maybe you had an unwanted pregnancy and you chose to end that. Or maybe the opposite was true and you chose to have IVF. And maybe there were judgments around that. So we're reflecting on a time when it's probably going to be family or friends, but often strangers can be just as judgmental in this area. A time when somebody made a judgment about a decision that you made about your own reproductive choices. And we're thinking about the emotions around that. So there might be some anger, there might be some shame or some sadness, there might be some feelings of loss, whether that's the loss of a child or whether it's the loss of connection with the people that you expected to back you up, to understand that this was your decision. And when you've got your memory, when you've got your time, we're going to start tapping. And as we go through our tapping and into our second tapping on the Patreon membership, we're going to really connect in with that part of you that felt judged, the part of you that felt loss, and bring that part home. But for the first part of our tapping, we're just going to process the emotions around that. So beginning on the side of the hand here, if you haven't tapped with me before, you just need to tap where I'm tapping and repeat what I'm saying. Even though I faced so much judgment around this choice that I made, and this was a massive choice, a choice that affected the whole rest of my life. So I really wanted some support on this. And all I got was judgment. And I choose to love and accept all of myself anyway. And even though I've got so many feelings about the way that I was treated, I wanted support for this massive decision. And I just met with judgment. And I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I feel angry and sad, maybe even betrayed by the people I thought would support me and who did nothing but judge. I choose to love and accept all of myself exactly as I am. And then we're moving to the eyebrow. This decision was absolutely huge. It determined the course of the rest of my life. That's quite a scary decision to make. And I really wanted support. I wanted support from the people closest to me. And I was met with judgment. Judgment about a decision that affected them in no way. This was my decision. My body, my choice. And yet they felt it necessary to offer their thoughts and opinions without even being asked. All that I asked for was support. And I feel really angry about the way they responded. And if anger doesn't feel like the right emotion for you, just go with it. See what comes up. We're going to move through a few different emotions. I have all of this anger about the way they responded to a decision that was really mine and no one else's. My body is mine. And it makes me feel furious that someone else would tell me what to do with it. That someone else would tell me what I should be doing. Not just with my body, but with my entire life. My life, not theirs. All of this anger, I'm acknowledging it now. I'm creating space for it to come out. This anger deserves expression. And if you want to do some shouting and screaming at this point, if you want to pause the video and do whatever you do for anger, so some good things can be punching a pillow, screaming into a pillow, doing some scribbling with crayons, any techniques that you have for releasing anger. If you want to pause them and do them now, you can. This anger deserves expression. And I have some other feelings about this as well. I also feel hurt. I feel hurt and betrayed. By the people I expected to support me. Because this was huge. And support was what I needed. But it wasn't what I got. Feeling really sad about how lonely that felt. This became such a lonely time in my life. Because the people I wanted to support me just couldn't be there for me. And I'm recognising all of that hurt and betrayal now. I'm making room for those feelings. Because those feelings deserve expression too. Making room to express my hurt and betrayal. And if there are any words that you want to use to express that, go ahead and do that now. And you can speak as if you're speaking directly to the person who passed judgment. Tell them what you needed from them. And let them know how it felt. And when you're ready, go back to repeating after me. I'm allowing these feelings to move through me now, along with any other difficult feelings connected to this event. I've held on to those feelings for long enough. I've carried them round with me for a long time. And I'm ready to put that burden down now. And part of me is saying, I need those feelings. I need them to protect myself. And I'm acknowledging that that part is there. And reassuring that part. That I can stay safe without carrying these feelings around. Allowing myself to be free from the emotion of that time. Letting it move through me and away. Allowing myself to grieve what should have been. Allowing myself freedom. And recognizing that I had every right to make the decision that I made. My life is mine and my body is mine. I did the right thing for me at the time. And there's such power in that. I'm choosing to trust myself now. That I can do what's right for me. Without needing to hold on to old feelings. Choosing to send myself the love that I needed then. Recognizing my power in my own life. Moving on from that time. Free to be present. Deep breath. So that might have been quite a difficult one. There might have been quite a lot of grief around the loss of the support that you wish that you had had. Allow all of those feelings to come through and out of you. Do some journaling if you need to. Do some more tapping with your own words. That's really good. Our next tapping is going to be on that part that needs the nurturing, the part that was hurt at that time. We're going to spend some time with her. We're going to hold her and make space for her to release those feelings and come into a more powerful place. a place where she's more certain in herself. So that tapping is going to take place on the Patreon membership. If you aren't a member already, do head on over there. The tapping that we do there is incredible. It heals on a very deep level. We do lots of this parts work that we're about to do just now. So I will see you over there if you aren't there already. And if not, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.